Hey guys, not long ago I did an updated MAC Foundations, Guide to MAC Foundations video for 2018. I did this years ago where I talked about every foundation that MAC makes and told you what I thought of it. I did it again this year because it'd been a long time and there were a lot of new products and a lot of discontinued products. I will include a link to that video in the description of this one if you haven't seen it. When I did that video, I started to think about sort of what are my favorite MAC products. I got a lot of comments that honestly didn't surprise me. A lot of the comments were things like, oh, Mac. I remember them. They were a thing once, weren't they? They don't get as much attention as they used to, and in a lot of ways rightly so, because they had a lot of limited edition launches that were just bad, and they put a lot of emphasis on them, and I think people got bored and wandered away. They've always had a really good core collection, and a lot of my favorite makeup products in general come from their core lineup of products. And so this has always been something I've kind of wanted to talk about, but I didn't want to do these are the products that you have to buy, because I don't believe in that. These are things that I love personally. You can do whatever you want. You can not like them or like something else. I don't care. I just thought that it would be fun to share my favorites. And then when I was doing that, I also found some stuff I hated. So there's going to be a couple things in here that I don't like too. That's just for fun. Let's get started. So what I have here are 10 products or product categories of products from MAC. I'm going to say products a lot. I've split it, because I'm a Virgo, into 2 categories. So I have 5 of these are products that you're going to have a really easy time finding. They're going to be at any counter or any store, online, whatever. These are things that everybody gets. Then I picked 5 that I don't think get a lot of attention. 5 products that people are unfamiliar with. 5 products that aren't maybe available at all counters. I don't quite know exactly what's available at counters and stores now. That doesn't matter. You can buy everything online, but these are things that people may be a little more unfamiliar with. Then I have 5 products that I don't like, and they're going to be kind of sort of generalizations and this isn't meant to be taken too seriously. So if you work for MAC, smoke a joint and chill out, because I'm going to talk some shit in a minute and you're just going to have to deal with it. Let's get started with the likes. Now, this one's kind of a bittersweet one. I'm going to begin with the 5 categories or 5 products that are easily accessible for everyone. Eyeshadows. This is my eyeshadow. This is my MAC eyeshadow palette. These are my MAC eyeshadow palettes. And I brought these out because I feel like bragging. And I thought that it would be fun. Hang on a second. So MAC recently reformulated their eyeshadows. They started with these Patrick Star things, I believe. This wasn't the quad that they began with, but they're okay. I like MAC's classic eyeshadow formula more. These are my MAC eyeshadow palettes. Those are not made anymore at all. These. I was talking about these things. Remember the Pro Longwear eyeshadows? Those were good. So there's those, there's these, there's these, there's these, there's these. Then there's these. Hang on. There's these. A little thing for white and black matte, because I just ran out of room on my matte palette. Then I found these and I was like, what the hell is this? So I've got some of these palettes filled with shadows. I've got another one here, and then one more here. And these, I believe, the last time I sort of inventoried my MAC eyeshadow inventory, because I was doing a video on all of the swatches, all of MAC shadows, and I wanted to get rid of anything out of my palettes that wasn't readily available. Those were everything that was discontinued in like the last 2 years in those palettes, which is crazy because they got rid of a lot. Now, here's why I love MAC eyeshadows, and I haven't tested enough of the new formula enough to tell you whether or not that they totally suck or I hate them. But I love these. And MAC eyeshadows, they come in a really good range of colors. They're lacking a lot of purples at the moment. but they have a really nice firm press to them, and so they're buildable color. They're not we've talked about this before. It's not intense pigmentation right off the bat. Now with the reformulated ones it seems to be a little bit, and with the frosted ones I'm getting a lot of fading, which I'm not keen on. But the classic MAC eyeshadow formula was always so wonderful because it was very like pro friendly. If you wanted a little bit, you could have a little bit. If you wanted a lot, you could have a lot. You could really control the amount of color that you got out of them. And I really liked them. Also because I feel like being a dick about it, my MAC blushes, and I think these are reformulated too. And I love my MAC blushes. They're awesome. And I have these, and I have these, and I have these, and I have these, and I have these. I'm just being a bitch. I have these, and I have these, and then these ones, and then these ones, these, and then, oh, one more, these ones. I love and it's the same as the eyeshadows. It's a nice firm press with good, it's just a good, like, quality product. That sounds so funny. But it's not fancy, it's not extravagant, there's no bells and whistles, it's not like, whoa, it's so cool. It's not Instagram wow. But they work well. Leave them alone, because they work well. That's my thought on that. That's my sort of bittersweet thing about MAC eyeshadows. So they're one of my the eyeshadows and the blushes are one of my absolute favorite products. So reliable, so dependable. And they're messing with them and it's pissing me off. Let's move on. Pigments. So MAC Pigments. Now I did a video series on these a long time ago. You can check it out. I'll include a link in the description of this video. MAC Pigments used to come in a container like this. This is Pink Opal. This is one of those moments where you go, what the hell is wrong with you? They got rid of this and I don't know why. Pink Opal is beautiful. It's not even a color. It's just like, it's like Stars and Rockets without anything. It's just a duochrome. Ugh. It just flashes like pink and purple, and you put it on anything and it's beautiful, and I just love it, and I can't believe they got rid of it. So they come in these containers now. I store them differently. I store them in these binders that are meant for colored pencils, and in these little glass jars that I get, that you can get at any, like, I don't know, perfume supply store. And this is how I have two of these books. So this is one, and then this is the other. So MAC Pigments, watch the videos and you'll learn all about them. It's just a loose powdered product. They're really pigmented. They're really easy to work with. They have their own like binding agents in them, so they're super easy to press into a pan if you want to. You mix them with lotion. You mix them with foundation. You mix them with moisturizer. You mix them with a mixing medium. You mix them with whatever, or you wear them just normal. They're not just an eyeshadow. They're like HBO, where it's not TV. They're just so wonderful. And I love them. And they haven't messed with those yet. So those are still a thumbs up. Next on my list of things that I love. Wait, we need to move this along. Lipsticks. MAC lipsticks. This is how I store them. So reliable. I'm not going to show you these because I was going to, but I'm going to. So this is my MAC lipsticks. Here. This one just has a few because what is this? This is a satin. This is a satin. The first one was Cream Sheens. These are retro mattes, frosts. There's these are mattes, these are lusters. These are a little mixed up. These are my Viva Glam lipsticks, which I don't buy like every single one. I just the ones that I like. Cream Sheens, one lone black cream sheen here. I've got mattes and frosts. Love a frost lipstick. Glazes, lusters, miscellaneous finishes. So this is like their Dazzle finish lipstick. Amplifieds and more amplifieds. Now, MAC lipsticks come in a bullet like this. Bam. Looks kind of like a vibrator. I always want to put a battery in it and like sell it because I think it'd be funny. They're just, again, reliable. So many colors, a ton to choose from. At this point, they also have a lot of fun, funky colors like blues and things like that. they're just really, really, really good. I love their frosts, and a lot of people don't like frosts, but that's okay. Their glaze ones, check those out because you put those over any liner and they're just like, they're kind of like texture changers is how I think of them. Really nice. The lusters are a little bit drying, but one of my favorite lipsticks from MAC is a luster. So what? And it's Midi Mauve, this one here. It's always in my bag, and it's what I have on my lips right now. Mattes are amazing. The amplifieds, they're just all really good quality, a lot of really good colors, really reliable, and not a huge amount of money. So I think that they're a really good lipstick choice. You can find something for like anybody in their lipstick range. The next two products that I'm going to talk about are Blot powder, pressed or loose. Loose only comes in medium. The pressed comes in like, I think light, medium, and deep dark or something. It comes in more colors. Used to. I hope it still does. I love it because it just gets rid of shine. It doesn't add anything. There is very little product buildup. There's very little any texture. It just dulls shine. So it's the perfect, like, carry it around in your bag kind of powder because you can touch up throughout the day. You're not going to get any kind of, it's not going to look funky. It's not going to make anything separate. It's just like a barely there product that just mattifies the skin. And it's so good. So good. It's their best pressed powder for a matte finish. Love it. And it's not going to give you like a super intense matte, dry matte finish, but it's a nice natural matte and a really good powder. The next one is also powder. They're next to nothing powder. I have this one here. This is Light Plus. I need to get more of these. This is just mine. This is the best product that MAC has launched in the last several years. This is a powder that has a natural like sheen and glow to it. So you put this on, you can wear it as a foundation, you can put it over your foundation. It is not going to make you look matte. It's going to give you a nice natural glow. If you want a matte finish, it's not the powder for you. If you don't want to look too powdered, it's a great powder. If you got dry skin, it's amazing because it actually gives you a little bit of like glow, like you're hydrated and not completely dried out. It's just a great powder. It's been my favorite. Like I was so, oh my God, this, I hadn't been excited about something from MAC in a long time. And that was one of the things. So those are my 5 that you could pretty much get anywhere. You still with me? Have you fallen asleep yet? Cause I don't want to bore you. Let's move on to the 5 that you may not be as familiar with. Some of these are readily available in any old counter, I'm sure. I'm going to start with glitters. In particular, MAC's Reflects Transparent Glitters. In particular, MAC's Reflects Transparent Gold. This is the thing that you need to buy and pay attention to. I know I just said I wasn't going to tell you what to buy. It's the shit. So MAC's Reflects Transparent Glitters. They come in, they're not pigments. Some people refer to these as pigments. They're not. They're glitters. You work with glitters much differently than you do with pigments, and some of them take more work than others. Reflects Transparent Teal. I have 3 favorites that I love, and I hope that these are still available. Reflects Transparent Teal. I'm going to try to swatch it here so you can kind of see what this looks like. You probably can't. There's no way that this is just like going to look like a thing. It's so, you know what? It's so pretty. And I'm going to show you, it's like, it's just beautiful. And I think, is that flying around the room? You see that? Goodness. It's so beautiful. It's hitting the camera lens. They're very finely milled. You can press them onto a cream product. You can press them onto like a bare lid. They're just really good. They're so finely milled that they stick really well. So they're one of the easiest ones to work with. Bronze. Is so pretty. It's like a very, really, really warm gold. This is the one that I want to talk to you about though. Reflects Transparent Gold. Now there's 2. There's pearl and gold. Skip pearl. I think it just looks a little cheap. Gold is insanely beautiful. So pretty. And of all of MAC's glitters, Reflects Transparent Gold is the most like universally easy to use, beautiful, looks good. It just adds this sparkle that's so pretty. And it's way more, if you're looking for something that's clear glitter, that's the one. Skip Pearl because it just doesn't have the same twinkle. Even though that like flashes like that yellow gold, it still looks beautiful. Ah, it's absolutely my favorite. I mean, Reflects Transparent Teal is gorgeous, but for like multi-purpose use, and it's Reflects Transparent Gold. Beautiful. Let's talk about their shaping and sculpting powders. God, I hope you're still awake. They're these things here. I love these things. So these are MAC's contour and highlight powders. They're old school ones. They're original ones. They've been around for a long time. I use the hell out of these. Those are their contour ones. These are their highlight ones. Now these aren't going to have a lot of, this Emphasize is fairly popular. These aren't going to have a lot of shine to them. There's not a metallic finish. There's a little bit of glow. So you're not going to use these as you would use like some sort of Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter that's like pow, bam, and you can see me from space. These are much more subtle, natural. These are really for highlighting in the traditional sense where you're bringing something forward, not just adding shine to it. These aren't going to maximize the look of your pores. They're going to look very natural. I've done a full face just on myself, just for the hell of it, with both of these before, and it looked really good. And that's all I, over the top of moisturizer, that's all I used, and it looked really cool. I thought about doing it at some point in like a get ready with me thing. But it was a long time ago when I did that. Not that I'd forget. I'm just random story that has no point. Let's move on to face and body mixing medium. Now, MAC is so weird about their mixing mediums. They all just say mixing medium. It doesn't matter. Like their alcohol one and their water one, I mean, you'd have to know what they look like, but they're the same exact bottle. There are no identifying anything on. Oh, no, it's written on the bottom. Never mind. So I put little labels on them because I don't look at the bottom. Face and body mixing medium is, it's face and body foundation with no pigment added at all. You can use that to thin out any foundation. You can use it as a primer for a powder foundation because it's going to make your skin a little bit tacky. It's like putting foundation on that you'd have to set with powder, but with no actual color. So it's perfect for if you're a mineral makeup wearer and you want to just get a little bit more coverage. This is perfect. A lot of MAC's mixing mediums are really good. That's one of my favorites. I brought out some of the others just because I have a variety of favorites. The eyeliner mixing medium right here, a lot of these come in tubes like this. This is a classic eyeshadow base for a lot of people before eyeshadow bases became like so readily available and stuff like that. This is an old school MAC eyeshadow, but kind of like their matte powder or matte gel stuff, gloss thing. This is old school MAC primer. It's just called matte. It's in like a little tube like this. I'm going to talk about another one that looks just like it in a second. Also, the lash mixing medium. Mix this with pigments and you have you can put some in your hair. It's what I use to color my beard when I want like a blue beard or an orange beard. I just mix this in the hair or the eyebrows or the eyelashes because it's an eyelash thing. This is basically mascara with no color in it, so it's meant to be mixed with products. That's what all their mixing mediums are. They have an alcohol one, they have a water-based one, they have a gel-based one. They have I brought why did I bring these out? Lip mix. I don't know why. Because you can use these as mixing mediums too. So I have like lip mix. This is clear satin. I have frost somewhere. This is a gloss. If you don't know, lip mix, I have this little bag of lip mix. I'm like Lisa Rinna with her bag of drugs, except I got a bag of lip mixes. This is MAC's like liquid lipstick before liquid lipsticks were a thing at all. You mix and match these with different colors. I love MAC's lip mixes. These are meant to add to those, to add a little shine or to add a little matteness or to add a little frost, wherever the frost one is. Those are awesome. Clear gloss is next on the list. So since it's in front of me and I showed you matte, this is matte. This is gloss. When I talk about I love MAC's clear gloss, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a lip gloss. I'm talking about this. It is the counterpart to this. This is matte. You can use this as a primer for your face. A lot of people do. This is gloss. Gloss is so useful for so many things. You can and I have extra tubes of this here because I freak out if I don't have it. Mix a pigment with this and you have like a lipstick color. It's it's not tacky at all. It's a shine that's very smooth. It has a lot of silicone slip to it, but it doesn't wander around. I use this as a highlighter on my face because it just looks so good. All that shine through your eyebrows if you want a little shine, beard hair, head hair, whatever you want on your body, and then spritz yourself with some glitter and it's gonna stick. This is really awesome stuff. I love this and recommend it. It's my favorite highlighter from MAC. It has no color, it's just shine. Because it does what a highlighter is supposed to do, which is give you a natural glow that kind of looks like you just got laid. That's what it's supposed to do, in my opinion. Let's talk about cream color base. This is the last thing on the loves. Now, these are readily available pretty much everywhere at MAC. I keep them in these palettes here. I've got this one, I've got this one, I've got this one, and then this one is a bunch of like limited edition ones and discontinued things. Cream color bases, why are they amazing? Because of the texture. In a similar way to MAC's Blot powder, these just add color with no real sense of product buildup. They're sort of marketed as eyeshadows, or some people think that they are, and they're not really. If you don't want it to crease, don't use them on your eyes because they'll crease because they're a cream product, duh. But you can use them as a highlighter, you can use them as a bronzer, you can use them as a cream blush. I love to use them to mix with lipstick. Like if I have like a hot pink one, or maybe a nude one, or a dark, I have black here. I mix them with a lipstick right on top of the lips to just alter the color. You put in a red and you're like, oh, that's too warm or too cool, or I want it lighter, or I want it a little darker. You throw a little of this on there and it's just gonna alter the color without adding weight. That's what's so amazing about these. They don't add any weight to the skin. I have used nude before as a foundation because this matches okay. Improper Copper is a beautiful like highlighting blush. Hush, Shell, Luna, Pearl, those are all bronze. These are all like highlighty colors. A lot of people will use these as highlighters. I smudge these into eyeliner for a really worn in look. I like them on the eyes because I like something that creases. I just like that sort of editorial. I just woke up in a dumpster covered in glitter and body oil and nothing else. I love that look. And that is my MAC like favorites. Those are sort of my all-time absolute, like I love those products. I hope that was interesting. I hope you're awake still and that there were some things that were kind of fun. Let's talk about some of the not so favorites. And again, this is just meant to be fun. Now, when I was going, I don't have this one in front of me, but when I was scrolling through the site and I was looking for, okay, so what are some of the things that I don't like? I stumbled upon lip erase and I had a laugh because I thought, they still make that? That's actually still a thing. Huh. It's dumb. Lip erase is this product that you're supposed to put like on your lips to sort of matte everything out, and then you put like your lip on top of it, I guess, or something. They had an eyeshadow primer that was a joke amongst even MAC employees. Like everybody laughed about it, and they don't make that anymore. Thank goodness. It came in a pot in a few different colors. The lip erase, I think, is similar. I know there's some people that are going to love it, I'm sure. This is my list. Let's make your own list. I just think it's ridiculous. And it's just, it makes me laugh because I think it's so stupid. Set powder. Oh, now, you know what I have here? And I crossed this out. Chroma cakes. And I have a couple of these. I don't like them. I was going to talk about it, and then I decided not to because, and I'm talking about it now. Because they're just not my favorite product. Now, the reason I didn't want to really get into it, though, is because I didn't want to full on like Paula B this and do this like Beautypedia review where I don't understand what a product's for and I'm going to talk shit about it anyway, because this is very much like a stage product and a lot of people in theater like this, and that's fine and it's great. So if it does that for you, I think it's wonderful. I've tried to do body work with it. I'm not a like big body worker kind of a person, so it's not really my bag. It's just not for me. Therefore, I kind of took it off my shit list for MAC because I'm like, well, it's probably not a bad product. It's just not necessarily for me. Personally, I like their paint sticks more, which are these things here. They come in a thing like this, and it's like a cream color twist up. I did a video on these a long time ago. I will include a link to them in the description of the video. I also like MAC's acrylic paints. Those are awesome. The only problem that I have with those, and I don't have any anymore, is I've had them dry up on me before I can use them all. But their acrylic paints are phenomenal liquid liners. If you're a fan of liquid liner, if you do a lot of kind of cat eye stuff and you're working on a lot of people and so you might use it up, or you do it every day yourself, check them out because they are amazing for that. Set powder, I just don't like it. I just think it's dumb. I have MAC's Blot powder and I love this more. Set powder is just like the classic, oh, it's a transparent finishing powder. And I think, you know, back in the day, like, it was pretty cool because transparent finishing powder, what? I don't know. It has the texture of flour to me, and I just don't think it's that great. I've had this for a long time, and I've never thrown it out. It looks old. The next thing I'm going to talk about is brushes, and yeah, what? Okay, I'm starting to turn into people that I hate. I might be slightly tired. MAC's brushes recently went synthetic, and the only one that I got was the 109, and I didn't really care for it because it doesn't work like the old 109, and I have since tried to use it, and I really need to return it, and I haven't yet, but I've tried to use it again. I even tried to use it yesterday, and it just sucks. That's after like weeks of trying it, that is now my opinion on it. It just sucks. So I can only assume all of their other synthetic brushes just suck too. So suck, boo, lame. Studio Eye Gloss is one of the products that I don't have here to show you because I think it's so dumb that I never bought any. It's this gloss that's for your eyes, but it's really sticky and like super tacky, and maybe it's supposed to stay in place because of that, but when I was like touching it, I'm like, that would drive me crazy to like feel like my eyes were glued open, and every time I blinked they would like go, ugh, no, use this instead. This is good. That stuff is crap. Don't. It's bad. Last on my list, what do you think it is? What do you think is my most hated product from MAC? What is it? What is it? Oh, could it be Fix Plus? Okay, I actually fully, like 100% true story. I was digging through my, what was it? Before I did this video. Oh, I was looking at my bin that I have lip mixes in. And I found this, and I went, what the hell do I have this for? Because I have an old bottle of Fix Plus. Here, I'll show you. And you can see how old it is. Look how yellow it's turned. And I keep rubbing alcohol in here because I love the spray mechanism. It's really nice. It's a really nice fine mist. But otherwise, I think the product is dumb. Apparently, I bought one probably when I did my video on Fix Plus versus whatever other spray things they had, which I'll include a link to in the description of this one if you want to check it out. I just think it's overhyped, overpriced water, and it's dumb. Now, you can like it if you want. I don't care, and you can get mad at me if you want, and I don't care. Because I've said before, you're just going to be arguing with yourself because you know what? I don't care. But I do. I love the smell. Do you love the smell of it? And I've always tried to figure out what it is. The only thing that I can think of is new Barbie doll hair. When I was a kid and I would get like a new Barbie. Is that the smell? I don't, it's like new toy, but it's not just new toy. It's a very specific thing. I love it. Hello. And there you go. That's my list of, those are products I love from MAC, and those are a few products that I don't like from MAC. And again, take it all in fun because it is just my opinion. And you can like whatever you want. No one's telling you not to. There you go. And that's it. I should stop. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Don't forget to check the description area of the video because there's probably going to be some very important information there, or Nothing at all. But it's good to read. I'm done. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you later.